Welcome back, guys. We are finally working back on the drawer system for the Discovery 3, and we start out on the right hand side. These are the right hand side drawers. I'll show you. There's the top, there's the bottom. So the other set of drawers that we've been dealing with in the other episodes are going to go here on the left. These are on the right. So on the bottom drawer, as you can see, the drawer comes out nicely and goes back in. Now the drawer pulls the whole length out as well. And down here we've got a strip. This is where all my switch panels are going to go, which I've got a 3D printer on the way. So what I'm going to do is, instead of having the old one we have here, this is what we had. This on the old set of drawers. I'm going to take all the accessories out and I'm going to 3D print a custom plate so that they fit all across there, because that's the only room I've got spare to make wiring work. So this is what we're doing first, the latches. So I've got 2 of these per drawer, and they're quite funny, this is the latch we've got for the drawers. So what you do is you push the button in and that pulls the latch out, so it'd be like that, look. Push the button in, that pops the latch open, disengaging the lock, and you can then use that as a handle to pull the drawer in and out. Which is why I went with them on these, because I didn't want to have handles on the front of the drawers. So what I'm going to do, originally I was going to sit them in there, but with 2 on there, if we had thumbs the other way around, so obviously this left hand will be over here, the button was the other side, obviously I'll be opening it with this hand, obviously the button's the wrong side, so it just doesn't work. You'd have to press it, then do it. This way you can like press it and then pull it out at the same time. So I decided we're going to mount them upright. Now, of course, that means when they're in, we're going to need something for this to catch on, this bolt here. So my idea is I've got some box section, and I'm going to cut this into an L shape essentially, and then bolt it up in there, so then that catches on it like this when you lock it, or the other way around, it will catch like that. And it will also act as a drawer stop to stop. Obviously these drawers come right out, so there's the back of the drawer there. So what this will do is only allow the drawer to come out to there. So when there's a bit of weight in it, it'll also help hold the weight when the drawer's right out. Now obviously the rollers are like 80-90 kilo rollers anyway, but just to help. So first things first, I think I'm going to mount them on here, measure what I need to cut out, and we'll mark it and get it cut out. So what we're going to do here is line this up so that it's just hitting the top there, and then we're going to come down literally a couple mil, pull the drawer out. So that's how we know where the latch is going to sit nicely. And then I'm going to mark the front there, just like that. And we need to measure this lip here, which I can do with a set of calipers. What we're going to do here is measure that lip. I'm going to say that is 5 mil. So we're going to mark 5 mil, or maybe 6 down from that line, and then do another mark. So we'll set the calipers to 6, and then put them up on there. So that is going to be the line for the top of our bracket. So Describe this line a little bit longer. And then we'll measure on here, we'll do it 40mm in, which is there. And then we'll describe that. And what that should do, just miss our screw. So I don't want to take any of the structure out. So that is going to be the top corner here. Now what we need to do is measure the total depth of this, which is 88 mil there. So we'll make the hole 90 mil. So with a ruler, we're going to mark 900 from this top line to there. Describe that. So it's got a line to follow. And then we'll measure the width of the widest part, which is 34, so we'll make that gap 35 mil. So I would like to reduce the amount I'm removing, so 35 mil is there. Then scribe another line. So what we need to do is cut out that. So it will do the hole. There and there. That's a way to get our jigsaw in. So now we've got a bigger hole, I've got the jigsaw, I'm just going to cut it out to the line the best. Right, there's the hole. Does it fit? No, it's that little tiny bit down here. There you go. So you pop the latch and it just misses. Perfect. So now we've got to do that again the other side, which I won't film because it's exactly the same process. And there they are, both installed. You can see, so you push the drawer in and then you'll latch them down like that and that will keep them shut. Then to open it, you push the button and then pull using the latch as a handle. So now what I'm going to do is cut this box section 1 inch wide and then cut it into L's, so basically across there and then across that bottom corner, and they're going to screw up in here so it gives something for this bolt to latch against in there. So that is our next job. So got our box section in the vise, and then I'm going to use a pick to scribe 1 inch, so 25 mil, and then we'll scribe a line. We'll cut this out. I'm just going to cut that piece straight off there for now. I'm going to use my Milwaukee hacksaw. Makes light work of metal. If you don't have a Milwaukee hacksaw, when you do enough metal fab to make it worth it, I highly recommend you getting one. So now what we're going to do is cut along this line here and this line along the top there to essentially make 2 L pieces. So we'll clamp that there. We're going to do cut down there. There we go. And then we need to do the same on that corner. So clamp it up and cut that corner off. There we go. So now we have 2 pieces this shape. So we'll clean them up, get them nice and filed. So they're not sharp. And once they're filed, I'll get back. So 2 brackets nicely filed. What this bracket's going to do is essentially, I'm going to put some shorter bolts in this because they don't need to be that long, is that will push, when you shut the drawer, that will push against that, which will be screwed up in there, and that will lock them. So what we need to do now is drill a hole there and a hole there so they can take a small screw. And then we're going to use a runny step bit. Mil is that one there, so one more. And I'm going to drill them out to 7 because I'm going to put an M6 bolt through them. There we go. And then, fuck, that's hot. Flip it over. Let's drill it through. Just to deburr the back. So there you go. I'm going to do the same thing to the other one and then I'll come back to you. So the reason I've gone with bigger holes is I'm actually going to use the same bolts, these M6 dome head with like a built-in washer. I'm going to use them and they're going to go in to wood set nuts just like we've done with all the slides, because if I screw this in over time the screw holes might wear a lot quicker than a metal on metal fixing in the wood, because these are obviously gonna, you know, I want them to latch quite tight. So next thing we've got to do is work out how far back these can be. So we're going to have some adjustment in that to do it up. So I'm going to say there. Now, with a ruler, we can measure the distance between that bolt and the edge of the drawer, which is 43 mil. And I know that that drawer sits about a millimetre proud of the box. So what we're going to do, and it's going to be kind of hard to film, but I've got to get that bracket up in there with 43 mil between the front face and the top of there. So I'm going to do that now off camera because it's going to be quite difficult to film, and then I'll show you after what I've done. But essentially I'm going to put that in, mark the holes, drill the holes, put some nutserts in, and then bolt it on. So you're looking at the drawer upside down, so that's the top. So there, I've got the L bracket, that is where the latch will push against, and underneath is some nutserts. So just to show you, I've got to take that off, do one on the other side, take them off, put the drawer in, and then put them back on once the drawer's in, because that will also act as a drawer stop. So I've finally got them mounted. So you can see the drawer's shut at the minute. If I try and push it open, from the inside there it's locked. So you push the latches, and then they pop out. And then you use the latches to pull the drawer out. And I will show you what I've done up in here quickly. You can see there's the bracket. There's one there and one there. They're bolted in so that then we can move the camera. So then we push the drawer in. You can see the drawer hits, it's got like some rubber stoppers to stop it slamming against the back. So it hits that there. And you can push the latches in, and that pulls the drawer in, and they lock it shut. This also comes with a key with them, so you put the key in and lock that, and it will stop you being able to press the button, which is going to be good. So it means you can put sort of more valuable things in the drawers if you wanted to, and lock it. Obviously, when the boot's shut, this drawer will be below in the Discovery 3. The boot hatch that drops down will be there anyway, so you won't have to get into that unless you open the boot and break in, and then you've got to get through them as well. So I'll show you the inside, how they're locked as well. So you can see up there's the inside of the lock. So you can see the bolt pushes against that bracket, and then when you push the button it releases, and that also drops down and allows you to pull the drawer out. So that's it for this video. The latches are done. I've got to do the exact same at the top anyway, but it's exactly the same process. So next video I think I'm going to show the electrical. So we're going to build a panel that goes on here with a 3D printer, get all the electrical in, and once that's done, I believe then we'll be ready for paint, so we can start painting it. So thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.